Geektopia, welcome to a brand new episode. My name is Adam Carruthers, and this is a segment of Geektopia we call Geek Squad. So it's not just me, it's a bunch of friends. And you know what? In the future, we want you on board as well. How do you take part? Simple. Leave a comment or get a hold of us via Instagram or Facebook and just tell us what we should be watching. And then the following week, we'll get you involved after we've all watched whatever you've recommended. But for this week, let's bring in, you were missing last week, apart from a short cameo, like a Marvel movie. We got LeVar Burton. Hello, welcome back. Are you okay?
Yes.
Excellent. We have your celestial twin, Hadis the Goddess. We have Bota Aaron, very stubbly. It's growing back. Don't you wish that was more on your face so you can look more masculine? We have someone else who also lacks facial hair. He's been growing it for 15 years. It's the Chief Jantan. We have someone who shaved yesterday, but looks like this today. Grumpy Carvin J. We got Prateep Naidu, who's got more than I do. Hey, that rhymed. And finally, we have King Puppy Zach with the filter on. This is a good look for you, Zach. No explanation needed. If you know, based on the headline, based on the title of what we're reviewing, it is The Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad, the or the, depending where you're from, Suicide Squad. All right, let's get into it. Carvin J first, because I know you have a lot to say about things. Did you enjoy the movie? That's it. Simple question.
Yes, I did. And the only reason I enjoyed it is because they acknowledge that it was a stupid movie. They acknowledge that it's a movie that is nonsense. And I like that. I like the fact that people are self-aware of what kind of movie you're trying to make. And also they are self-aware, as in the fact that they make references to it all the time. And the fact that, look, these are no waffle. No, I want to make the protagonist and the antagonist got story, blah blah blah. Don't need. They get together, they fight this thing, and that voila, it's a movie lah. You just enjoy. And yes. I loved it. I love the fact that it was so self-aware. And yes. James Gunn, I mean, he didn't take trouble doing all the nonsense that they did in the first movie. In fact, this one is called The Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad 2. Because they just want to forget the earlier movie. You'll make reference to it, but forget it. It's just, this is a new movie. This one, just watch this one, enough.
Yeah, James Gunn has done a magical job again. I mean, I remember when they announced Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't remember which year it was, but it was a while ago. I knew who the Guardians were, but I'm not sure the mass audience will care about the Guardians. I was wrong about that because of the work that James Gunn did. He made people care for characters, which no one really knew. Like Star-Lord. Now he's done it again, and he's going to go back to Marvel and do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as well. So looking forward to that. All right, let's pass it over to the celestial twin. Hadis, did you like this movie?
I liked it in parts. I won't say I liked it in general. It's hard to say, like, you can forget that you watched the 2016 version, like the Suicide Squad. Like, for me, I think that one gives something for each character for me to love them, to follow them. But this one is just like they introduced this one. To me, it's like they didn't even have that graphic, like when we get to know the Suicide Squad in the first one, they had that frozen kind of like a game character, like headshot. This is what they do. So like they give us a bit of background, even though it wasn't like much like grand or anything. It was just something about them. But this one, it was just like, okay, this guy, that guy, this guy. So you are joining the team and the Weasel. So, it wasn't really like, for me, it wasn't so deep like how Kevin said. It's just a movie to just watch it, like a popcorn movie.
Yeah, it is an entertaining movie, and that was what I feel I've been missing out on at times. And it's interesting you've brought up the background, and Carmen has brought up the background, because Idris Elba's character is extremely similar in many, many ways to Will Smith's character. They are motivated by the daughter. Yeah. They have very similar skill sets or powers, if you want to call it. They're almost exactly the same on a character level in terms of how they are from the comics. So I like how they just kind of breeze over it, like the daughter's in danger of going to prison, so that's why Idris is in. They expanded a lot more on the one 5 years ago, but it got to the point we understood.
Yeah, but I also didn't get the part that they introduced a character just to kill the character in 2 minutes.
Well, like, Weasel?
No,
I mean...
no, the Weasel had a purpose. But like the guy that was in a prison and killed the bird, like he clearly showed he was good at aiming and anything, and then he just go to the beach and die.
Yeah.
Like, what was the whole like building up in the cell, like the slow-mo, the whole camera rotation? Like, I thought that is it gave me a hope of, oh, this guy must be the guy,
I think the point of it all is to show you that this movie is not gonna take itself seriously.
Yes.
The way off the bat is just sending you the message. This is not the movie you're gonna be expecting. This is not a Marvel movie.
Also, it's called Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So they are meant to die.
That I
in
think
the
what they
comics
were
and
trying
all.
to do in the exposition of that was that so the first team that went in is the first movie. The second team that goes in is the real movie, is this movie, right? So basically what they were trying to do in exposition is that this one went in, but it's a decoy, it's suicide. Nah, die already. So so this is the real movie. You focus on this one.
Yeah. And
I see.
the advantage of having, and you remember that in Team A at the start, it's pretty much the characters we saw, or the returning ones from the first movie. And if you actually look up who these characters are, they're
we have to
below
look up the
B-list.
characters.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. But they are below B-list. That's why you haven't heard of them. Have you heard of Calendar Man, who has a little cameo in it in the prison? No, but it's a nice bit of fan service. Weasel, all these characters, it doesn't matter. You don't really need to know who they are. You don't need to go online and find the backstory.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's true. Unlike a Japanese movie you recently watched where you have to go online. This one is completely optional.
Oh really?
Yeah. So let's get over to King Shark. What did you make of the movie?
Okay, right off the bat, I like the movie. All right. I mean, after watching Fast 9, Jungle Cruise, I have to say this is breath of fresh air. You know, I love James Gunn's work. I love how he directs. It's very Edgar Wright, where he incorporates music with the action and the tone of the movie, the pacing of the movie. Now, saying that, why have all these names, big Hollywood names, okay, and Hollywood actors play these superhero guys, right? Who you have no idea about. You have to look up like what these guys do lah. I cannot get attached to these guys lah. But you know what?
Did you really have to look it up? I mean,
you know what?
Why?
Just to appreciate the movie.
But was it essential?
Yes.
Why was it essential? You just said to appreciate the movie.
Why would they part of the Suicide Squad? Why would they put in prison in the first place?
They tell you, Weasel was there because he killed 26 people. 26
children.
And what all the characters there, they explain why they are there. They explain exactly what they did, what they did.
TDK?
In very short terms, like just this guy is a killer, this guy is this guy is that.
We all assume because to be in that prison, we all assume that they had to be like do something bad.
Okay, Zach. So a couple of things are right. So with the prison, we already know like these guys are all in prison.
Yeah.
They have to do this because it will take 10 years of the sentence. We already know their motivations. That's one.
Yes.
Second thing is Rurouni Kenshin is a serious movie. This we know is gonna be just
comedy.
It's a nonsense movie.
All the way. And then there are way more characters in this movie. If you're gonna go establish each of them one by one, it's gonna take forever. Yeah. But they did establish the main ones. They established all the main ones. Redcatcher all the way to
they had the same it was the same intro for Bloodsport and Peacemaker.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing. It's a dick measuring contest between Bloodsport and Peacemaker. That's what it is. It's not taking itself very seriously. They have the same skill set. That's the whole point of the movie, Zach. They were making fun of the fact that too many characters in DC have the same skill set.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. But I had to look it up, lah. I have to look it up.
Why? No, because you're an idiot. That's why you looked it up, Zach.
I'm idiot, lah.
The looking up, I can appreciate. In fact, I encourage people to always look up additional things on Wikipedia or other sites. But in this case, as much as I applaud it, I don't think it was essential to look them up. Unless you really want to know more about the...
I mean, in all the posters, right, they always have the tagline, don't get attached on all the characters.
That's true as well.
What poster?
The advertising, the marketing for the movie.
Zach.
Okay, I didn't watch the advertising.
Calm down.
Yeah. Aaron, what about yourself? What did you make of the movie? I know you're a comic fan and you're also a Rurouni Kenshin fan. So throw it in first, buddy.
Okay, for me, I went in without any expectation. I know that this movie is gonna be like a crazy movie. It's not gonna make sense. So to put that in place, like a popcorn movie, like Hadi said, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Although some of the jokes for me is meh, meh. But I think they are really, really trying. So effort to all the actors who played it. I think this is the first time I see John Cena played such a character. And I think Peacemaker really suits this film.
He's getting his own TV show, of course.
Yeah. I mean, we always see him like in those like action, more serious type, right? Like, but this time he plays like a joker, a complete joke.
He has been doing some comedy roles. Daddy's Home, Trainwreck. In fact, we were talking about it last night. So he has ventured into the comedy element of content that we can consume. What about yourself, Prateep? What did you make of the movie? You're a comic fan as well. I know that.
It's a great movie. The movie is great. I mean, it's definitely better than 2016. It's a comic movie, so it has to follow its source material or at least give respect to it. And the Suicide Squad, in the name, suicide, all their missions, do or die. Even in the first comic, like, I don't know, the 80s, or I think in Suicide Squad, every person in the team died left, right, and center. And I love how James Gunn, like, he just embraces it. Like, and when watching the movie, I found a lot of things, not a lot, like some things similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. And I feel like that really helped push the movie, like the radio songs and all, really gave this like not so serious tone for the movie, which the DCEU is like, everything has to be serious because they want to differentiate from Marvel. But with this movie, it's like this year so far, they've beaten Marvel, I think.
Yeah, no, I
in
agree.
terms of movies.
Yeah, we got the serious one, which was the original DCEU or the Snyder Cut coming out. But we've had comedic films come out like Shazam, and this very much follows in the tone. And it's great that the studio allowed James Gunn to do whatever he managed to achieve in the film. And according to him, the pitch he gave when they approached him is pretty much what you saw in film. The only difference is he had a darker ending planned. Those are his words, not mine. I don't know what the dark ending was. He didn't reveal what it was going to be. Maybe he will in the future, but pretty much what he envisioned is what we got. But it just shows, have faith in your director. So let me come to the director who hasn't given his thoughts yet. What did you make of the movie and James Gunn's role? Because I think he's probably the most important person for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the Snyder Cut, right? I mean, if you give the director the job, let him do the job. 20 people are telling the director what to do. It's very hard for the director to work, and it's very hard to be creative. You need to let him be creative and let him do his job. There's a reason you hired him in the first place. He has all these credentials coming in. Let him do it. I mean, now that I've said that, going to the movie itself, at first I was like, what the hell am I watching? Then as I accepted that this is going to be a ridiculous movie, I actually enjoyed it. Just let go, whatever. It's established that it's a ridiculous movie, unlike one that we just reviewed in the past, where it took itself everywhere.
Yeah.
But didn't go anywhere. This one we know is going to be this crazy, funny, doesn't take itself too seriously movie. Once I got there, I was like, I just enjoyed it.
Agreed.
The only thing I didn't really enjoy was I didn't like the starfish when it became big. I thought that was a bit, didn't do it for me that much.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just enjoyed it. There were some parts where the comedy is just ridiculous, but there were some parts that I just laugh out loud.
Levy, can we hear you now? Is your connection stable?
Yes. I hope.
Okay, you're back. So I did ask, like, what did you make of the movie?
Oh, okay. I mean, okay, when the trailers came out, like I think there was a few trailers, right? I watched it, then I was like, nah, didn't catch me that much. And I was like, okay, maybe the movie will be different. So I watched it with my dad last week because I said, oh, let's watch this new movie, Suicide Squad. Then he was like, I thought it came out earlier. Then I was like, no, this is a new one. Let's see this new cast and whatnot. I mean, it was funny, it was stupid, it was gory, but I couldn't sit still to watch the whole movie, you know. I was like doing other things. I could even do my own work while watching the movie. That means I wasn't even paying attention at all. Then there was one part, even my dad was saying, because we watched Fast and Furious, the new
before this, he even said that Fast and Furious was better than this.
Cool. I know
And then
Zach
he was
struggled
like,
with that.
he was like, I was like, wow, for you to say that, I'm just a bit shocked. But yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a stupid movie, especially when it started on the island and the guy's arm came out and hit the soldiers. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Even my mom was like, what stupid movie are you watching, Lavi? I'm like, I have no idea. Let's see how it goes. And I was like, okay, some parts were funny, some parts were entertaining, some parts were just meh. But it was really like, it was draggy for me also. And you know, when that starfish came out from that building, I don't know why, when it came out, this dinosaur from Zombie-topia appeared in my head. I was like, this starfish reminds me of the dinosaur in Zombie-topia. I cannot.
No, you see, the difference is this, right? I can accept the Starro being there this time because we know the movie is all that extreme.
Yeah, they explained it from the beginning.
Yeah, all that extreme really. So it's fine. for me lah. I mean, yeah.
But the dinosaur in that one disappears out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to admit to the Peacemaker TV show just to see more of John Cena in the role. I'm hoping that James Gunn stays on board. Nothing is confirmed that he will make more content with DC. I think he's shown his value to both DC and Marvel now, turning Guardians of the Galaxy into success. Sadly, I don't think the Suicide Squad is going to make that much money. It was a bit underwhelming because in the box office in America, there's been a drop in cinema viewers because of the Delta variant of COVID. Also, it's come out on HBO Max. And unlike Disney, if you have an HBO Max subscription, you get the movie. Whereas with Disney, you can't just have Disney Plus. You have to buy the movie for $30, like Black Widow. So this Suicide Squad movie is probably not going to make that much money because of that. Sadly. So I'm hoping they can overlook that and understand the situation and say, well, let's give James Gunn more stuff. Because critically speaking, it has been very, very well received. Let's get some ratings in. Let's start off with the criticals first. So, Levy, what do you make of it? Oh, hello, you're back. Okay.
5.
5 for
What?
Hadis, 5 for Levy.
No, I didn't say 5.
I thought you were going like this. Okay.
No, I said hand.
Oh, okay. So, Levy, 5 for you. Okay.
Yes.
She doesn't want to speak to us anymore. She's mad at us for making her watch this and also Zombie-topia and Rurouni Kenshin. Fun fact, she wasn't here for the review of Rurouni Kenshin. And I messaged her and I said, I refuse to talk to you unless you watch the movie. So she did after our review. So she's a bit mad at me. Anyway, Hadis, your rating.
I would give it a 6.5.
King Papi, back to normal. Rating, please.
I give it a 8, a solid 8. Yep.
Solid 8.
Yep.
Cool. Surprising, considering what you were saying early on, that you would still give it an 8. Pretty.
Yeah, I said I enjoyed the movie. You know, I mean, all this bad blood between us all aside,
He was just trying to spin it around to our review of Rurouni Kenshin, which still irritates.
No.
That's
but
what
I'm
he was
just
trying
saying,
to do.
hey. There were a lot of characters here, okay? Many of them, okay, we just know they did bad.
No. Your motivations are different because at the start of the recording, before we press record, you said, hey, Aaron, I got your back, bro.
Yeah, I got you. I got you, Aaron.
He was
Zach, pick your fights.
Yeah. You are still in the doghouse, dude, for recommending Zombie-topia, by the way. Anyway.
Hey, this Adam Carruthers doesn't support local movies. Yes. Cancel Adam.
Good local movies. What about yourself, Prateep?
I'll give it a 9 because
Wow.
simply because I'm a comic book fan and I really like Suicide Squad in the comics because it's so much different from any other team in the comics. Because of that, and because it didn't take itself seriously like the 2016 one, I'm giving it a 9.
Wow.
Nice. Hey, Aaron?
I'll give it an 8, a solid 8 for me.
Solid 8 for you. Okay. See, he holds no grudges about our take on Rurouni Kenshin.
No.
Speaking of pirates, Calvin J, who is now a pirate.
Yes, I am. I would give it a solid 8 also, due to the fact that I love movies that are self-aware, and this is one of the most self-aware movies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Ultimately, and we did talk about this last night, Calvin, Zach, and myself, mainly Calvin and I. Zach just did his usual thing of confusion. I enjoyed watching a superhero movie without any sort of ideology to it. It's just entertaining. There was no need to put gender politics into it or any other sort of politics. It was just an entertaining movie. That's all I wanted. And that is exactly what I got. Don't get me wrong. Like Carvin and I were discussing last night, it is very important to show representation in films for different races, different creeds, different genders, but don't need to shove it down our throats.
Yeah, but you're coming from a place of privilege there.
That's what Carvin said.
Yes, I did. No, we all are. We all are. In the sense of gender, we all come from a place of privilege because it doesn't affect us personally. But yes, I do agree. If you want to do something and you want to do something woke or you want to do something the same, everything must be done correctly. So far, that's very few things that are done correctly.
And that's exactly why we ended up agreeing, because this could easily have been the Harley Quinn show and all the men are stupid and Harley Quinn saves the day, but it wasn't. It was a combined team effort from both genders. And that's just my personal take on it. I know that the Chief Jantan also has thoughts about this, and I can see him nodding like, yes, that is right.
No, I agree with you. I love that there's no special agenda coming into this movie. And I give it a 8 also. I mean, I think it was beautifully shot. You know, the scene where it's all white and they slowly appear. Oh, wow. Yeah,
and then Milton.
Milton. Yeah.
Milton.
Yeah.
Because it was purely entertaining, because there was no underlying sort of ideology behind it, which Hollywood seems to put in everything nowadays. I'm going to give it an 8.5. An 8.5 for me.
Ooh.
Why Lazek?
No, I just say ooh, like ooh. Like,
ooh. So that is the Suicide Squad done for the week. For next week, what we're going to do is we're going to watch the first 2 episodes of Marvel's What If, their latest offering. It's an animated show. Just for people who don't know what it is, it's a comic book series that have been running for ages from Marvel, where they put characters in different scenarios, like plausible scenarios from the comics. For example, if you watch the trailer, what if Peggy becomes Captain America or Captain Britain? Because she's British in it. Levy looks confused. It's basically taking scenarios from the movies or the comics and saying, what if this happened instead? Yeah. So
what if Bridgerton guy was a vampire?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
There is actually a vampire thing in the Marvel What If as well. If you see the trailer, you see Captain America as a zombie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
will there be a dinosaur? Will there be a dinosaur?
Will there be a Star
What if Captain America was a dinosaur? Yes, God.
And the comics have had some really good storylines. Like, remember Emma Stone died in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
So in the comics, she died, Gwen Stacy. So they had a comic, What If Gwen Stacy had lived? They're usually like single issues. Very easy. But anyway, something to look forward to, Marvel's What If, the new offering. All of us are on board. Hopefully you can join us as well. Make sure you leave a comment about what you think we should be watching in the near future so you can get involved in the conversation as well. Thanks to everybody here. And thank you, of course, for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.